Hello, and welcome to a brand new A2 level podcast story. Today, we begin a long and exciting adventure about a boy, a strange machine, and a journey through time. Leo was a 14-year-old boy who loved science. He loved reading about planets, robots, dinosaurs, electricity, anything that made him feel curious. He lived with his parents and his grandmother in a small two-floor house at the edge of the city. One rainy afternoon, while Leo was doing his homework, he heard a strange noise. Clink, clank, clank. It was coming from the basement. Leo looked up from his notebook. "That's weird," he said. "No one is in the basement." The noise continued louder this time. Clank, clank, clank. Leo slowly stood up, grabbed a small flashlight, and went to the basement door. He opened it carefully. The air smelled dusty and old. The wooden stairs creaked as he walked down. When he reached the bottom step, he saw something unusual. A big metal box was shaking. It was covered with wires, buttons, and glowing blue lights. Leo had never seen it before. "What is this thing?" he whispered to himself. He took one small step closer. Suddenly, the machine made a loud sound. Beep! Leo jumped. Then the top of the machine opened slowly, like the mouth of a giant box. Inside, Leo saw a screen with green letters blinking. Time travel device, prototype 1. Status, reactivated. Leo's mouth fell open. A time travel machine in my basement? How? He looked around, confused. Then he noticed an old notebook sitting next to the machine. The notebook was covered in dust. Leo picked it up and opened the first page. It said, "Property of Grandma Elena. Do not touch without permission." Leo almost dropped the notebook. "Grandma built this? My grandmother built a time machine?" He turned another page. There were drawings, formulas, and notes about energy, speed, and time travel safety. Leo whispered, "I can't believe this. Grandma is a time travel inventor?" Suddenly, he heard footsteps upstairs. His grandmother's voice echoed, "Leo, dinner is almost ready." Leo looked back at the glowing machine. Should he tell her? Should he touch the buttons? Should he try it? His heart beat faster with excitement. This is the biggest adventure of my life. But where should I start? Leo didn't know yet, but this was only the beginning. The machine had a secret. A big one. And soon, Leo would discover the truth. A truth that could change everything he knew about his family, his world, and time itself. Tom woke up early the next morning, feeling excited and nervous at the same time. The strange book he found yesterday, with glowing pages and floating letters, was still on his desk. When he touched it, the cover gently hummed, like it was alive. He slowly opened the book again. This time, more letters appeared on the page. They moved around in the air, forming a sentence. "Follow the light in the sky." Tom blinked twice. What light? Where? And why me? He closed the book, put it in his backpack, and went outside. The village was quiet, but something felt different today. The sky was unusually bright, even though it wasn't sunrise yet. Then Tom saw it. A small, golden light was floating above the forest in the distance. It wasn't a star, and it wasn't the sun. It was something magical. "That must be the light," Tom whispered. He walked quickly toward the forest, his heart beating fast. The closer he got, the stronger the light became. It felt warm and gentle, like it was calling him. When Tom reached the first trees of the forest, the glowing light suddenly shot upward, high into the sky, stopping above the clouds. And then something unbelievable happened. A giant shape appeared in the air. It looked like a floating building. A huge library made of glass, shining brightly above the forest. Tom's mouth dropped open. A library? In the sky? The glowing light moved again and created a long staircase made of golden steps. The staircase started on the ground and went all the way up to the floating library. Tom looked around. No one else was there. No villagers, no animals, no sound. Just him and the golden staircase. He took a deep breath. "I guess this is for me." He stepped onto the first glowing step. It felt soft, like stepping on warm air. He slowly climbed higher and higher. His village grew smaller under his feet. Clouds surrounded him. The air felt different, lighter, clearer, almost magical. Finally, he reached the top. A tall woman with silver hair was waiting for him at the entrance of the giant library. She wore long blue robes, and her eyes looked like stars. "Welcome, Tom," she said softly. Tom froze. You know my name?" "Of course," she replied. "You are the one chosen by the Book of Light." She extended her hand toward the huge doors behind her. "Come inside. There is much to learn." Tom felt his stomach twist with excitement and fear. He held the glowing book tightly, took another deep breath, and walked through the doors of the Sky Library. Inside, thousands of books floated in the air. Some whispered stories, some glowed in bright colors, some changed shape every second, and Tom realized something. This was not just a library. This was a place full of secrets, magic, and dangerous knowledge. And he had no idea what was waiting for him next. Tom had never run so fast in his life. After discovering that the strange ticket in his pocket had changed color and now glowed with the soft blue light, he knew something unusual was happening, something bigger than he expected. He held the ticket tightly as he reached the small railway station at the edge of the town. The station was almost empty. Only one old clock on the wall ticked slowly. The wind blew softly over the empty benches, and on the farthest track, something strange waited. A train. But not a normal train. It looked old, very old, like something from another time. The metal was dark silver, the windows were tall, and strange symbols covered the sides. The lights inside glowed blue, the same color as the ticket in Tom's hand. "Is this for me?" Tom whispered. The doors opened with a soft hiss, inviting him in. But Tom was nervous. He had never traveled alone, and this train didn't look like it belonged in his small town at all. Still, curiosity pushed him forward. He stepped inside. Inside the mysterious train. The interior of the train was unlike anything Tom had ever seen. Instead of normal seats, there were soft chairs that looked like they were made from clouds. The ceiling sparkled like stars in the night sky. There were no passengers, only silence. Tom walked slowly down the aisle. Then he noticed something. A small robot, the size of a cat, was sitting on one of the seats, blinking softly as if waking up from sleep. "Hello," Tom said carefully. The robot tilted its head and spoke in a warm, gentle voice. "Welcome, passenger. Please show your ticket." Tom held out the glowing ticket. The robot scanned it with its tiny eyes. "Valid. You are traveling to the Horizon Station." Tom frowned. "Horizon Station? What is that?" The robot blinked again. "The Horizon Station is a place for people who are searching for answers, for meaning, for something lost. Only special passengers can go." Tom's eyes widened. "Special? Me? I'm not special." The robot's voice became softer. "You found a ticket that no one else could see. That makes you special." Tom looked down at the glowing paper in his hand. Maybe that was true. The train begins to move. Without warning, the doors closed, the lights flickered, the wheels began to turn slowly. Tom grabbed a seat near the window. Outside, he expected to see his town, the small houses, the quiet roads, the familiar trees. But instead, he saw light. Endless, shifting light, like the train was moving through a tunnel made of stars. Tom whispered, "What is happening?" The robot sat next to him and said, "This is a travel path between worlds. Do not be afraid." Tom wasn't sure if he succeeded, but he tried to stay calm. Minutes passed. Then the lights outside began to change. Colors twisted and stretched. Shapes formed and disappeared. Tom felt like he was dreaming while awake. The woman with the silver coat. Suddenly, the door at the far end of the train opened. A tall woman walked in. Her coat was silver and shiny, and she had a small bag filled with maps. Her eyes were sharp, curious, and intelligent. She looked at Tom. Then she smiled. "You must be the one who found the ticket." Tom nodded nervously. "Yes, I think so." She sat across from him and folded her hands. "My name is Arya. I am the guide for travelers like you." "Travelers like me," Tom repeated. "Yes," she said. "People who find things they're not supposed to find. People who ask questions. People who wonder what lies beyond their small world." Tom swallowed hard. "How do you know all that?" Arya smiled again, gently. "Because I was once like you." A warning. Arya leaned closer and lowered her voice. "Before we arrive, you must know something. The Horizon Station is full of secrets. Some of them can help you, and some of them can hurt you. You must be brave, you must think clearly, and most importantly, never lose your ticket." Tom held the ticket tighter. "What happens if I lose it?" Arya's eyes became serious. "You won't be able to return home." Return home? Wait, what did that mean? Before he could ask, the train began to slow down. The lights outside faded. A new world appeared beyond windows. Bright, massive, mysterious. Arya stood up. "We're here." "Where?" Tom asked, breathless. Arya smiled. "The place where your adventure truly begins." Tom held the old camera tightly as he stepped out of the strange, glowing doorway. For a moment, he felt dizzy. The air smelled different, the temperature changed, and the world around him looked unfamiliar. He slowly opened his eyes. He was standing in the same park, but everything looked old. The benches, the trees, even the streetlights. People were wearing clothes from another time, and the cars looked like they were from old movies. Tom whispered, "Okay, I think I'm in the past. This is real." He touched the camera gently. The camera screen flashed a soft message. "You have 3 hours before the portal closes." Tom's heartbeat jumped. 3 hours? That's not a lot. I have to find the person who left the message. He looked around, confused but determined. Finding the girl from the photograph. Suddenly, he remembered the photo he took before traveling through time. The photo showed a girl standing in front of an old fountain, smiling gently with the words, "Find me." Tom walked through the park until he saw the fountain, but it looked brand new now. The water flowed perfectly and people were sitting around it relaxing. Then he saw her. The same girl from the photograph. She was sitting on the edge of the fountain, holding a small notebook and drawing quietly. Tom felt nervous. What do I say? How do I explain this? She will think I'm crazy. But he walked toward her anyway. Before he could speak, the girl lifted her head and smiled. "You made it," she said calmly. Tom froze. "What? You know me?" She nodded. "My name is Lena, and yes, I know why you're here. I was waiting." Tom felt his brain explode with questions. The girl's secret. Tom sat beside Lena. "How did you know I would come? And why did you leave a message for me in the future?" Lena opened her notebook. Inside, there were sketches of the camera, the portal, and even Tom himself. Tom's eyes widened. You drew me before I even came here?" Lena nodded again. "I can see moments from the future. Not everything, only small pieces. I saw you holding the camera. I saw you opening the portal, and I saw you coming here today." Tom felt chills run down his arms. Why me? Why did I have to come here? Lena looked at the sky for a moment, thinking. "Because something bad is coming," she said quietly, "and only someone from the future can help stop it." Tom swallowed hard. "What kind of bad thing?" Lena turned to a page in her notebook. It showed a giant dark shadow stretching over the city. "I don't know exactly what it is," she said, "but I know it will happen soon. And you, Tom, you're connected to it." Tom's hands shook slightly. "I don't understand." "You will," Lena said softly. "But first, there's something you must see." She stood up and signaled him to follow. Into the abandoned library. Lena led Tom through the old streets until they reached a large building with broken windows and vines covering the walls. "This place looks dangerous," Tom whispered. "It is," Lena replied, "but the answers are inside." As they stepped through the creaking doors, Tom felt a strange chill. The library was dark, dusty, and full of old books stacked in messy towers. Lena walked to a wooden table and pulled out a huge book covered in symbols. "This book contains the truth about the camera." Tom leaned closer. The pages were filled with drawings of glowing portals, time travelers, and strange machines. One page caught his eye. A drawing of the camera he found, with the title, "The Lens of Destiny." Tom gasped. "This camera?" "This camera has been used for hundreds of years by people who tried to fix the timeline." Tom whispered, "Fix the timeline? What's wrong with it?" Lena placed her hand on the book. "You and I are in the middle of something bigger than we imagined."